Police in Berkeley told us they haven't seen this kind of destruction since the 1960s. Law enforcement in other cities are dealing with similar situations.
Police in riot gear struggled all day to prevent a full-blown explosion of violence.
Washington, D.C. police used pepper spray to break up a crowd that had gathered on K Street last night.
I have never seen the swastika be valued as anything American. I think that we also have to see the president come out and condemn Antifa. I haven't heard Democrats condemn Antifa.
There is a research outfit called the Pew Charitable Trusts that does really good polling. They found that the level of people saying I am totally in disagreement with the other party was so high about 5 years ago that in order to get any variation, and if you're a statistician, you got to have some variation. If 100% of people agree, you don't have a hell of a lot to explain. And, so they said, let's try the question, do you think that the other party, their policies would harm the United States? And as of about 3 years ago, 55% of those who identified as Republicans said they felt that the Democratic Party's policies would harm, were dangerous to the United States. And just a slightly lower proportion of Democrats said Republican policies were dangerous to the United States.
People have probably, by virtue of what they watch, where they live, and who they surround themselves with, are in what's called a political bubble. So across America right now, you see people that predominantly are more liberal, if you will, and or more Democrat tend to live in the urban areas. People that are more rural tend to be more Republican and more conservative.
I'm Marianne Sullivan. I'm a former state representative and former school board member in Indianapolis Public Schools. I'm hoping that we've reached the peak of divisiveness because I do feel like our country has become incredibly divided, and I've kind of watched that happen over the course of the campaigns. When I started running in 2008, it was a very different environment than it is now, and it's kind of been a solid progression towards less civility, towards more extremists on all sides of issues.
My name is Peter Iverson. I'm the Vice Chair of the Monroe County Democratic Party. You can find us online at monroedems.org and also on social media. So obviously we're not too excited about the current president. We think that his policies are hurting the country, and we also think that the style in which he is governing is damaging to the fabric of our society. I have 2 young girls, and I really don't like them to watch the news.
I don't watch that much news or TV, I should say. I don't watch any TV, really. And the only news, I look at news on the internet. I don't watch CNN and Fox News because my blood pressure would just go too high. So I keep myself removed from a lot of it just because it's better for my own personal, being to not get worked up about things. Although I do try to be involved a little bit, but I'm not ready to go to war with my fellow man.
Some political views, it's hard to just be like, let's put this aside, this is just politics.
I am really concerned about the political state of our country. That's one of the reasons I'm running at the local level, because for me it actually is healing, because at the local level we're about getting stuff done for people and working with whoever we need to do that. Nationally, we are so divided along ideological lines, and even whether we're going to believe facts or not, and And I'm concerned because I think our population sometimes isn't as educated around or informed around certain issues, and so people can fall for slogans and misinformation, and that's really concerning.
As much as I might agree or disagree with other people's political views, we all are living on the earth together. We have to find a way to cooperate at the very least.
Lately, I'm much more encouraged because I kind of feel like, especially a younger generation, has just said, that's enough, we've had enough, and we're not going to be this way. It's not in the best interest of our country, it's not in the best interest of people.
I like to think of people as individuals that I can connect with in some way, no matter what.
My name's Jean Kapler. I'm a social worker here in town, and I'm also a candidate for one of the at-large seats on the City Council.
My name is Brian Hardesty. I'm a local contractor, do home remodeling. I'm also a musician. I like to come up here and play on Saturday mornings at the farmers market. Born and raised here, so I'm a native of Bloomington.
I'm Afifa. I am a junior at Indiana University and I study international studies. I'm Alexia. I'm also a junior at Indiana University and I study media and Spanish.
My name's Molly Mendota. I am a longtime Bloomingtonian. What are other people saying about themselves?
I probably associate strongest with the Conservative Party, the Republicans.
I would consider myself a very liberal person, so I do tend to vote Democrat, but I think a lot of times the Democratic Party is not as progressive as I'd like it to be.
I feel that all through our history and today especially, and even into the future, that we need to come together instead of dividing into political parties and unite as a country and as a people.